Alright, good morning YouTube. So this is my second attempt at making this video. First one I apparently failed to include the audio. So what I'm going to show you today is how to install Wear 2.0 on a Huawei watch. I believe the steps are pretty similar on the new LG, but right now these are the only two devices that are capable of installing this. So first disclaimer, if you have no clue what ADB is, how to install a custom recovery, or even flash a stock image on a Nexus device, please don't proceed. You're also doing this at your own risk, so if you mess anything up, it's on you. To my knowledge, there's no way to get into the bootloader on the Huawei watch other than through ADB. I mean, I'm probably going to get blown up in the comment section if there is, but feel free to let me know if I'm wrong. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead and go to g.co/wearpreview. On the left-hand side, we're going to hit download and test. This is where we're going to get our image. So there are two images available, the LG watch and the Huawei watch. There's a preview image and then the non-preview. This will just return you back to the factory image. So we're going to go ahead and click the download link here, which I have already done. Another prerequisite, I've already got the ADB device or ADB system installed throughout my entire system, not just on a one select folder, so I can open ADB from any window. So command ADB devices. All right. So another prerequisite, I recommend installing WebFresh, and the main reason for that is because you're going to need some of the drivers out of it. They've got the best, bootloader drivers that I've been able to find. So before even plugging in your watch, you're going to want to go ahead and run this. So in my previous video, I hit OK there, and it took way too long to install the update. So I'm going to hit cancel. I'm going to hit continue. Should load up here in a second. So once your factory image is downloaded, it should go into your download file. So let's go ahead and take a look there. It's going to show Sturgeon NVDI36i, or whatever the current name is of the image. It is in a TGZ file, and I believe Windows default file viewer isn't able to open that. So what you're going to need is 7-zip. That's what I prefer to use. It's a free application that you can get online. So you're going to go into 7-zip. As you can see, I'm already in my downloads folder. I'm going to navigate to the Sturgeon, which is the name for the Huawei watch. We're going to double click. It takes us inside it. We're going to double click that one as well. And then here is the folder that we're going to need. So you're just going to actually be able to just drag and drop this right onto your desktop, which you can see I've got it right here. So back to the Nexus Toolkit. You've got the full driver installation, automatic and manual. This is going to be the best place, like I said before, to get your, I usually do the Google drivers. That's the best place to get all your universal drivers for ADB as far as fast bootloader. So let's get started. First, you're going to open up your watch. You're going to go into the settings, scroll down to About Device. You're going to enable developer options, which you just click the build number 7 or 8 times. I don't know. I usually lose count, just click it repeatedly, but I think it's about 7. It'll say you're now a developer on a small pop-up. You're going to scroll back one screen. Then you are going to be able to see the developer options. Now on your settings menu, open that up and enable ADB. Once you've done that, you can go ahead and plug your device in and open up your command window. And you're going to run ADB devices. Now, with it plugged in, you should get a little pop-up on your watch asking you if it's okay to authorize this computer. So I usually just hit OK and always trust this device. So as you can see, mine is listed, and there's my beautiful serial number for everybody to see. So ADB reboot. We're going to go ahead and get the watch into bootloader. So ADB reboot bootloader. Enter. It's going to reboot your watch into bootloader. Next command is going to be fast boot, because we are now in the bootloader, so we use fast boot commands. Unlock, enter. I'm getting an error message because my fast boot is currently already unlocked. So you would hit that, then it would bring you back down here to your main image. Then you would need to Short click on your Huawei watch on the hardware button to select to toggle between yes and no. Red is the current one that you are selecting. You're going to long press to actually select the yes. So long press, I usually hold it for about 3 seconds just to make sure it knows that I'm long pressing that. All right, once you've done that, it should still reboot into bootloader mode. On Windows, you should be done with this command window now, so we can actually open up the image file you've got here. Windows, we're going to right click and shift. Actually, no. For Windows, we can just click the flash all. So on Mac, you guys are going to use the flashall.sh. So let me know in the comments if you guys want a quick video on how to do this for Mac, but it's pretty similar to running it on the Windows machine. So we're just going to double click flash all, and it's going to begin sending this image and begin updating your watch to 2.0. This actually takes about 5 minutes, and then the device will reboot automatically. So what I'm going to do now is just pause the video while I wait. There's no point in keeping you guys around. I'm going to wait just 1 second because I know. There we go. You're going to get what looks like a couple error messages where it says does not contain boot sig and does not contain recovery. You can just ignore those because as you can see, let me scroll back up, it continues to flash as normal. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video now while this finishes installing, and the watch is going to go ahead and start rebooting once it's done. And I'll continue the video from there. Oh, if I can get the Chrome to open back up. Apparently this is the only window I have open on Chrome right now, so I'm not sure. There we go. Alright, now I'm going to pause. Ignore my technical difficulties. Alright guys, so I'm running out of time on my end here. I've got to start work actually in 1 minute. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and run you through everything else. So once your watch finishes rebooting, you're actually going to need to open up the Wear application on your phone. So I'm going to do that now and walk you through it as I do. Android Wear, you're going to click the settings icon up in the top right corner. You're going to choose Huawei Watch. It's going to say trying to connect right now. Because we did a factory reset on the watch, it won't be able to connect. So we're going to click Forget Watch, and then it's going to ask again, do you want to forget it? Click Yes or Forget Watch. You should be returned to a blank pair with your watch screen. Once the watch finishes rebooting, what you're going to do next is pair with it like normal. All the settings and all the applications are going to update and sync. Then you are going to need to go into the settings menu, scroll back down to About Device, double click or click build number 7 or 8 times to enable developer options. From there, you need to go back and to developer options, enable ADB. Because what we need to do is we need to go back into the device, open command window, and we need to reboot it into the bootloader. So ADB reboot bootloader. We're going to hit enter and it's going to reboot the device. And what we're going to do is fastboot OEM lock. Alright, once we do that, it'll lock the fastboot, and you should be able to just do fastboot reboot, and your watch will boot back up, and you guys will be good to go on Wear 2.0. Let me know in the comments if I missed anything. If you guys want the Mac edition for doing this, feel free to let me know. Alright guys, have a good day. Happy flashing.